scope. Generally, nothing theory for this guys. We will not do much theory here. Generally, they used to call SQL to Hadoop. So that is nothing but a scoop. Any communication between SQL to Hadoop is like by use scoop and we can do it. Okay. So you can have a already we installed MySQL, right? So what is mean by scoop generally? In ice cream we used to call this one, right? One scoop of ice cream. So what is mean by scoop here? Ice cream is not a scoop, right? What is scoop there? The instrument where the ice cream is going to be taken from one, like the ice cream container to the cup or like the cone, wherever it might be. That instrument is a scoop. Got it? So that what it will do, it is going to be taking the ice cream from one environment to another environment. Same way here, we are going to be making some RDBMS to we are going to be making the data into HDFS. Majority of the work will be like that only. And later on, I think HDFS to RDBMS we can do it. This part we can talk about import. This part we are going to talk about export. By using scope, we can import the data and we can export the database. Clear? Right. Now let me go with our this thing. Make it full screen. Yeah. So what is JPS? Why it is taking this much of time? So we'll go with this class notes. Okay guys, so for connecting the scoop first point, as I mentioned it, right, there are a couple of operations we can perform it guys. As I mentioned, we can import, we can export, and we can eval. These are the major things we can do it guys. Import, export, and eval. So what are those? I think anyway we are going to be seeing one by one now. So first thing, we, as I mentioned it, right, we need to be create a table in our MySQL. right? These are the operations we supposed to be performed. So the after this eval, we'll go with joins. So how to connect MySQL? So first MySQL -u username and -p, enter, then type password. Password also you cannot see, but you can type it, guys. So MySQL -u, root is the username for everyone, -p, root is the password. It will not display anything there, right? Like type root and enter, that's it. Now we can have databases here, a number of databases. Let me create a database. Batch 44. Show databases. We can have batch 44 here. Okay. So then, okay. Then, how can you use that? Use batch 44. Use batch 44. So show tables empty because it is just a newly created one, right? Now, let me create a table. Okay, so you know how to create a table, right? Create table PEMP, table name, right? EMP employee ID as an integer. Okay, we'll create a table with the primary key, guys. Okay, so when you say primary key, we supposed to be mentioned here. Then employee name var char 10, employee salary integer, something like this. Okay, let me run that, guys. Show tables, we can have EMP. So DSC PEMP, you can see this table schema. Now you are going to be inserting the data. When you try to insert the data into EMP values 100, This is worker, right? We know. So 15,000. First, let me insert the two values. Vani 25. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is how we can insert the data. So let me insert only two values first. Two records. So these two things, let me get it first into my scope. How can I get it? So okay, let me write the syntax here. When you are trying to import it, you are going to be writing a query. Scoop the operation, then hyphen hyphen connect driver name along with the host and port number. This is optional, guys. Port number in real time it is anyway we supposed to be give. Then schema means database name. Then hyphen hyphen table name what you are going to be importing. So scoop the operation is import hyphen hyphen connect the driver. Driver is JDBC colon MySQL colon slash slash localhost slash port is not required here by default, like we are going to be working with this localhost, right? If it is external system, you supposed to be provide the port number. MySQL default port number is 3306. Okay, schema is 44 hyphen hyphen what is table PEMP. Okay, this is the thing is we supposed to be run. So we don't have any separate terminal or like separate shell mode for scoop, guys. Directly we can run here itself only, but you may be getting some error now, expected error. What was that? I think if we go and see here, batch 44 in this database for this local host, you don't have access. You're supposed to be provide the access. So once it is done, we can make it access, guys. I think you know privileges how we can give it in SQL prompt. It is not from scope, guys. Grant all ALEGES privileges on batch 44 dot star in all the tables in that schema in that batch to what is the permission it is expecting. Single quotes at the rate localhost, right? Single quotes at the rate in single quote localhost. Okay, done. Now the same query, if I try to run it, what happens? You can see it, guys. Now see here, 1 second. .java is created and jar file is created, right? Then here the PMP is already existed. Is saying, okay, let me Adobe Flash hyphen L hyphen RMR user HD user, where we can have this is, just let me show you. Under user, in your username there is a PEMP, so you're supposed to be remove everything under that whatever you have. RMR, once it is done, you can run that the same statement. See guys, class file is created, then jar file is created, then mapper started, mapper and reducer, guys. So even though if it is like a single line of query, internally it creates a Java file here and it creates jar file, and jar file is running in your mapper job. Mapper 100, 50%, 100%, and get that output. If you want to see that jar file and Java file here in this location, you can go and check it out, guys. Under your temp, scoop HD user, compile, what is this? Ending with 158, right? I think this one. So this is what EMP, Java file, class file, as well as jar file. Clear, guys? Now, where this output we can have it under this by default HD user, sorry, in your user HD user. So when it is created, August 2nd, 8:16, just 1 minute back. Okay, what this is going to be holding it now. So it creates one folder with the table name. Under that there are part M files. If you see this process, only mapper is executed, there is no reducer. If you go and check in your uh, admin console of job tracker, there are like mapped jobs. You can see here, yeah, how many mapper is executed. There are no reducers, but how many mappers guys here? Two mappers. So because of two mappers here, how many output files you are getting? Two output files. Because of two mappers, two output files you are getting it, right? So what this is going to be holding it? Hyphen cat the first record and the second record, guys. Two files, two different records. One Venu and one. Clear? Only those two are we inserted, right? See, Venu and Vani. 100 Venu 15,000 first record. 101 Venu 25,000. Sorry, Vani 25,000 second record. Okay, if I have multiple more records, let me insert more two records. Okay, four records. Let me run that again, guys. Same query I am running it. Obviously, you'll get some error because already this PMP exists, right? You can have that message. If you see, the output directory PMP is already exist, right? So you're supposed to be delete that first. Then again you can run it, guys. Now if you run, how many output files you are going to be expecting, guys? If you refresh here, you can see how many output files you are expecting here. How many mappers, guys? Four mappers. Are there any reducers? If there is a one reducer, one output file you will be getting. But only four mappers, there is no reducers. So four mappers outputs are going to be getting it. Let me go and check it out. So part-time files 4 you can have it. If you go and check in first part-time file, the first record, second part-time file, second record, next one, third record, next one, fourth record. Now you can see, guys, same thing here, four records. Venu, Vani, Gopi, Rani. Venu, Vani, Gopi, Rani. When it was created? 8:20. Just now, right? So that is what, guys, we are going to be importing like this. So again, I want to be insert more two records here. I want to mention one important point, so that's why I am making into multiple times, guys, so that like now you can understand that. So if you see select query, how many? Six records total. If I delete and run one more time, I'm not at all changing any query, guys, here. Same query I'm running with multiple records. That's it. So how many output part-time files we can have it, guys, now? Can anyone guess how many part-time files you are going to be getting it? Four or six or more than that? If you run this here, fifth job, fifth job, four only. So how many output files you are going to be getting here? Four only. Even though you have six records, first file is having two records, second file is having one record, third file is having one record, I guess, fourth file is having two records. Total six. What it means? What it means, guys? Can anyone guess? So by default, the number of mappers are 4. If you have 100 records, 1000 records, 1 lakh records, only 4 partitions you can have it. Scope by default executes 4 mappers, guys. If you have only one record, do we need to execute 4 mappers? No, only one mapper will be executed. Clear, guys? Let me check that now. Is there any other alternative to control the number of mappers? Because if I have, like, why the framework made it with by default 4 mappers are like, if you are going to be trying to process very huge amount of data, if you don't know like how to like split it and how to make it multiple mappers and all, so instead of like processing thousands of lakhs of records from a single request, you can make it in 4 different requests, and processing performance is going to be increasing it, right? So because of that reason, Scoop by default 4 mappers are going to be executing it, but we can override it by using a simple command called -m, and the number of mappers you can specify here. So let me remove this and run the same command with as an -m. Nothing. -m space 1. Same output you are going to be getting it, but the thing is, if you see, if you refresh here, how many mappers guys total? Only one mapper. Yeah, it is completed already. If you go and check in that location, how many files are going to be getting? Only one output file. If you go and check that file, what it contains, all the 6 records are going to be holding here only. So -m1 is going to be making you single output guys here. What -m is doing? -m is going to be doing, controls the number of reducers. He can increase and he can decrease also. He can make it -m as a 10, 10 mappers will be executing it. Right? Then the second thing is, always we are going to be deleting something before like running it. So I don't want to do that. I want to be run it, but in a different location. So by default is your user name and table name. Okay, so which is equal to here in our case user hd user etmp, right? Okay, now I want to be change our target directory. By using the property hyphen target -dir and with the like you're supposed to be mentioned it guys. Okay, so now let me run the same query with target -dir. You need to be specify hdfs batch 44 scoop under that PEMP. Yes, it is done. Then Hadoop fs-ls hdfs batch 44. Okay, scoop PEMP. See, 828 just now, right? Yeah. So this is how. So the output, if you see the same thing, you can have it. Only the thing is you can make it your own target. So if you want to check that output, come on, yes, this is what. And another thing is I want to be change the delimiter here. By default, the comma separated data is comma, right? I want to be change it. So how can you change? Hyphen hyphen. In our, I think the same thing we used in our Hive fields hyphen thread hyphen by slash t. Okay, same query. I am going to be making hyphen thread hyphen by slash t. So you are going to be expecting one error because the same location the data already there with this PEMP, right? So then how you can do it, guys? So to avoid this such problem, okay, so we can make it append hyphen hyphen append. So when you do this hyphen hyphen append, it will be creating one more partem file in the same directory, guys. So you can have one partem file now. The second one is going to be generating with the tab separated data, guys. Okay, if you go and check the location, yes, you can have two things. One is 28, next one is 32. This is the old one with the, come on, yes. We can have comma separated data. The new one is one, right? Second one, tab separated data, you can have it. Clear, guys? So this is how we are going to be importing the data in different ways. Any queries, please let me know, guys, as of now. And if you want to be do some other additional operators like operations, uh, okay, where class you can run it. And what else? Only you need only particular selected columns. Okay, you can have three columns, right? Okay, you don't want to get all the three columns. Only one or two columns is supposed to be imported, not all the table, all the columns, guys. Then also you can specify hyphen hyphen column names, hyphen hyphen column names. Means I think okay, within I think single quotes is supposed to be here also within single quotes. Okay, let me go with one simple example. Anyway, we can have up and right where employee salary is greater than or equal to 25,000. So third output should be the where class, guys, in that. Okay, directly I am opening the file. Only already two we have, right? $25,000 salary we don't have, huh? 35, 30 and 35 we have, right? What is the query we made it here? 25,000, yes, it is wrong. 2,50,000 we have given there. So that's why we got that output within T. Yeah, 25,000, 30,000, 35,000 equal to condition, right? 15,000, 20,000, these two are eliminated. 15 and 20,000. Okay, and I don't want to get this employee ID, only the columns I supposed to be get hyphen hyphen employee name, employee salary. You are going to be like checking like whatever you want there, guys. So employee ID you may not get this here. See, okay. So this is all about the imports, guys. as of now. What? So the query, let me copy and paste it. You can see a lot of things in this, but altogether is a single query. See, this is one property. If you want to take a new line, is supposed to be take the slash, guys. It will work it out. You can run this now. It can run. Without slash, if you are taking it multiple lines, it may not be. For readability point of view, if you are making it with a single line, suppose the same query, if you see here, the previous one, it is not in readable format, right? So that's why what are the operations you are going to performing? Hyphen table, this is common. Then number of mappers, target directory, fields terminated by, append I am using, where class, and columns. If you are making with every single line, it might be a little bit clumsy. So that's why we are not going to be doing that, guys. Okay, I think 20 minutes it is not enough. So these things, I think one hour it will be taking us. I think we'll continue tomorrow. I may not take it up now. If it is half an hour means I can try it out. Minimum 1 hour it will be taking. I will join and export. So tomorrow we can complete this scope, guys. If you have any queries, please let me know. Yeah, we will do that, Saikiran, because just to be done only very basic stuff, right? Most probably tomorrow we can talk about the incremental imports. Yeah. Okay. So that's it, guys. If you have any queries, please let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up for the day and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, then. Thank you all. Have a nice day or a good night, guys. Tomorrow we can connect again. Thank you. Bye bye.